Welcome back to Gridiron Guys, everybody. I am your host, Lucas Hagan, and with my cousin, Dayton Shoemaker. How are we doing?
Good, man. How are you? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. We had some conflicts last week. We still haven't really decided when we're gonna just like do a consistent show. I think maybe
Yeah,
does once a week work or once
once
every
every
2 weeks?
once every 2 weeks, unless once it starts to get a little bit more
I mean,
packed schedule
March
stuff.
Madness. We can talk about. We'll go every week.
Right. We're kind of in that time of the year when there's not a whole lot going
No,
on.
college basketball, NBA, of course, but it's like I don't really
Nothing
pay.
like crazy,
I don't really.
important.
I don't really pay attention. I have been paying a little bit of attention to the Bulls, just because that's my team, and
Right.
doing they're 2 games below 500, so which is not too terrible with a new coach.
No,
Um,
take that.
Zach Levine's in his first All-Star game, so that's cool. I think he's averaging like 30 points a game, and the only other player to do that was Michael Jordan, so he's in good standing.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I
like
mean,
I don't pay really much attention. If I was able to, if the Bulls were consistently on TV and I was able to watch them,
different.
it'd be different. It'd be way different. I'd be paying attention more often. But it's like I have to get NBA League Pass, and I don't want to pay 40 fucking bucks a month
Just to watch like a few games.
just to watch a few games. And they're not great. They're not terrible, but they're not great either. So it's like I just don't see the value of doing it.
Who knows? Maybe they'll hit their stride at the right time.
Maybe that'd be cool to see them play in the playoffs.
They've got some talent.
They do.
Hopefully they can make
a lot
it to
of
the
young
playoffs.
talent, and I think it's a good thing that Billy Donovan's there.
Okay, whoever that is.
He's the coach for the Thunder.
And now he's at
years, and now he's at Chicago.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
So breaking news yesterday morning: Tiger Woods rolled his car, gotten in a pretty bad accident.
Mm-hmm.
Today the Los Angeles County Sheriff said that they didn't file any charges against Woods for the crash. They said that there wasn't any. He wasn't drunk, so that's a good thing. Especially especially with the past falling asleep at the wheel incident that he had a couple of years ago. But that was more or less painkillers.
Yeah.
We don't know,
which is still in. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to get into like what caused it. I'm just glad to hear that he's literally just still alive. I mean, after seeing what that car looked like, and the path that it took down like the side of the hill, you're just like, how the hell did he end up surviving? But yeah, it just sounded like a
freak accident.
Well, I mean, that's so weird because I heard my coworker was telling me today that apparently he was going to go film something with Drew Brees and.
Well, D Wade was just with him.
Was it
that the day before?
D Wade and who was the comedian?
I don't know. Maybe
David Spade. David Spade. He was golfing with David Spade the day before.
Okay. Yeah, with
and
D-Wade.
So I guess
that
like that morning, apparently there was something he was gonna go film with Herbert, Justin Herbert. It was gonna be Herbert and Drew Brees. I don't know what the hell they were possibly gonna get done, but I don't know. Yeah, they said he might have been speeding. I guess he was late for that. It was weird because he was in the like Genesis Open car, so I don't know why he was driving that. Maybe like they just lent because I don't think he lives there. I mean, he might have a house around there, but
not in California. He was in California. He wasn't in Florida, right? Yeah.
Right. No, he was still. Yeah, he was still in LA because that's where the Genesis Open was.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure he was visiting. They probably lent him the car. He was the host of the tournament, so that makes sense.
Was it at his golf course? Does he have a golf course?
He has a golf course. That's in Arkansas.
In Florida. Or Arkansas or Florida?
Well, like
it would make sense if it was.
I think Florida, he has like. I think he has a golf course like on his property, but as far as like courses that you can play,
like an 18-hole course or 20.
Technically, he built a 19th hole, and it's in the Ozarks. Did you see that a while back? It's like 19 holes.
I did. Yeah, I
and
do.
It's like
a
floating. It's like a floating green. So I think that's his only course. I think he designed like a par 3 course at Pebble Beach. Getting a little off topic, but
No.
It's super interesting.
So the sheriff was actually announced this on an Instagram Live of all platforms to do it on. Instagram Live.
From his private account?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I think it was probably from the sheriff's department, probably account or
so
something like that.
Went live or something
he goes, he was not drunk. We can throw that one out. So that's a plus.
Okay, I just don't know what kind of sobriety like that covers if. Because the first thing I heard,
I don't think he's been on pain pills though, because he was doing pretty dang well. He wasn't
not out of recreation. He just had back surgery 2 months ago. That's why I was concerned.
I thought the back surgery was last year.
No, I think he just had one.
So he's had 2 back surgeries in less than 4 years. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah,
he's had a back issue. Yeah, and then he had his
4
knee.
total.
Holy
He's had 4 total back surgeries. He just had one 2 months ago. So
well, you know why he was having that? Because he was banging too many hookers.
That's right, dude. He was putting his lower back through too much stress, dude.
My God. Then his knee went out. Oh, God. We got to stop making jokes, though. So according to Dr. Anish Majan of Harbor UCLA Medical Center, said that Wood sustained multiple open fractures to his lower right leg and had a rod placed in his tibia and screws and pins inserted in his foot and ankle during emergency surgery.
Sounds gruesome.
He had an ankle injury too, didn't he?
I think when he won the 2008 U.S. Open, he had a torn ACL or something. He had it was like knee. A tendon. I thought it was a tendon.
Okay. Issue. I thought something with his ankle too.
Maybe.
So according to 2 separate ESPN sources, Woods sustained an injury on his talus bone. I don't know what that is.
That's
it's which connects the bottom of the lower leg to the top of the foot. The bone is a pivot point for motion. Oh, see, that's what tells me that he's probably done with golf. Like
unless they go in there and
unless
they
just give him like
unless they just give him like bionic legs or like
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing, but
I'm not trying to make a joke of the situation. He's going to be fine in terms of like his health.
Oh,
that's been established. Yeah. As far as his career goes, I can't imagine.
I can't see him winning another major.
Well, not only even winning.
How close was he to breaking? How close was he to breaking Jack Nicklaus's record? Wasn't he at 15?
I think he was 2 shy of
tying the record,
which
3
was
from having the record.
Yes, so I think Nicklaus. I don't know. I should look it up. I don't have the numbers. I think he was at 18. Tiger was at like 16, or maybe it was. I'll double check, but he's tied for the most tour wins.
So I did watch the Tiger thing a couple of months ago when it came out.
Right, yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And I feel like if he doesn't hit that mark, that he won't be he won't be technically the greatest of all time, even though people are like, he's an icon. Like, I consider him the greatest of all time in golf. He hasn't even caught Jack Nicklaus, like 15,
oh yeah, he's 3 back.
15.
Who wouldn't consider him the greatest?
There are people that wouldn't consider him.
Dude,
everyone. People that hold up. Let me fucking tell you, the people of the Masters who were giving him a hard time after he came back from banging hookers and all of his controversy. Those guys are pieces of shit.
Whatever. What kind of sway? What kind of voice do they have? The general public is gonna agree.
The general public is I would say is going to say Tiger Woods
because he literally just transformed the sport.
He broke barriers.
He didn't just find success. There's been successful players, but in terms of like translating a sport and like not like just growing the game, but also like literally changing how courses how courses are designed.
Yeah, that too.
They had to like lengthen courses because of literally Tiger back in the 90s and early 2000s. So he evolved the game. If that doesn't scream go, I don't know what does. They didn't have to like hire the hoop for like Yao Ming or like Michael Jordan or something like that. Like that's what it'd be like equivalent to or something.
Well, no, think about this. He's very comparable to Michael Jordan though. Competitiveness wise, not the willingness not to lose, like always wanting to be the best the best that he can be. Like,
and you can say that about every athlete.
Well, no, I think Tiger, Kobe, and Jordan just are on another level of competitiveness to where they'll be competitive in anything,
That's true.
And it makes sense because Tiger was hanging out with Jordan all the time.
Right.
Like
those two, yeah.
They're the same side of a coin.
Correct.
Like, and Tiger did wonders for golf. Not only from a marketing standpoint, but like getting endorsements. Like when you think of golf, you don't think of like before Tiger, you didn't see guys making millions and millions of dollars playing golf.
No.
Like
for endorsements, you mean?
Yeah, for endorsements. Like Tiger signing with Nike was revolutionary.
Yeah.
The first Black Asian Blasian in golf signs I think his first contract was like for one or $2 million. I might be off, but
I don't know.
It was a lot. It was more than $1 million, and like that started the trend.
That seems like nothing now, but I'm sure like that was a big deal.
Shit,
he's probably almost made freaking $1 billion just off his endorsements.
Oh, I'm sure. It's
Gatorade, Nike, TaylorMade. I mean, those are like, bring back the Gatorade. Does
he use TaylorMade clubs then?
Yeah, because Nike stopped producing their golf equipment.
Why did they do that though? Because it just
I don't know.
Selling?
I think it was selling. They just started focusing on the attire. I don't know. I don't know the full story behind that. Super weird though. I thought they were making a killing, but maybe the sales said otherwise. I don't know. There's a lot of options. So, but yeah,
another thing about this, so Woods was driving that 2021 Genesis GV80 midsize SUV. Why the fuck are you driving a midsize SUV?
Dude, I'm sure that's what he likes. You.
Was headed northbound before appearing to first make contact with the median. Then went across the two southbound lanes, hit a curb, hit trees, and rolled over several times, with the vehicle ultimately settling several hundred feet up from the road.
Yeah, I hate to.
There were no skid marks and no evidence of braking,
which is a red flag. A red flag.
Scary.
So that just makes you think that something is kind of up. I mean, I hate to get into like those kind of details.
He was wearing a seatbelt.
Well, geez, if he wouldn't have, I mean, that would have been.
He would have. Yeah, he would have been bad. That's crazy.
But you never know. Modern technology in car safety is insane.
And
they've got like 360 airbags and whatnot. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
But. The sheriff's department says that they have no plans to release photos or body camera footage of the crash scene, which they shouldn't. I mean,
like of them rolling up to it?
Yes, video of him, of them pulling him out of the car.
Oh yeah, no.
I saw a quote. It was like pulling him from the jaws of life, and I was like,
there was a video. You saw it?
No, like a quote of somebody talking about it, like the experience, like of him.
Gotcha.
I'm like, God.
Yeah, man. They don't need to release that, but
I
mean, he was with it when when they showed up. I guess he made the call.
Did he?
That's what the dude said.
Oh fuck.
He said that he made the call. So whether it might have been like OnStar.
Oh, I would
made the call,
dude,
or maybe
Genesis. You better have a goddamn OnStar.
I really doubt that he picked up his phone and called 911. I'm sure it was OnStar or something.
I bet so too.
But they said that when they got there, I mean, he was with it. He knew what
his
the
name
day,
and
time, his name, all that stuff. So that helps his sobriety case, but we'll see. I mean,
it just makes you wonder. I mean, anything can happen. There's freak accidents that happen all the time.
Yeah, but it's just
was he texting and driving though? That would make a lot of sense of him hitting the median.
I guess, but wouldn't you swerve or hit the brake, or if you're texting and you hit a curb, you're like, oh like swerve. Like you don't just keep going. You don't just keep going straight.
I don't know. I'm not Tiger Woods, so I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. But it was very crazy. I was at work and I wasn't on my phone all afternoon. My coworker had said something to me. I'm like, holy shit. Like I thought, after I saw the scene, I was like, huge Kobe vibes. That's just what it felt like.
By the way, today is the 1-year anniversary of Kobe's memorial, not his death.
Oh, right. Yeah.
His death was last month. Like not his death, but like his
dude.
Yeah,
no, that was
That's still a sore subject.
It is, but dude, that reminded me of the thing that Yanni had mentioned to me, that the USA Today were like live tweeting that day about like the helicopter crash, and a year later they decided to 9/11 style live tweet it again.
What? No.
Like, you know how they do that for like 9/11, like 15, 20 years after? They're like,
so they were like this at this time. Oh,
but they were just tweeting the same thing that they. That's just poor. That's just not tasteful.
No, that's not tasteful at all.
They got into a lot of scrutiny, but I just like, who in their social media?
Who the fuck
that
goes,
was a good idea?
Hey, marketing. Hey, this is a great idea. Kobe Bryant, let's just do it. No, that's so out of touch.
Yeah,
so out of touch.
That's kind of the vibes that I was getting. It was just scary. He's gonna be all right. As far as his career goes, I mean, like I said, I doubt he'll play again. I don't know if it really matters that much.
I think he's gonna coach his son. That's for sure.
That's really all.
That's all he matters. If I were him, that's all I would say. I'd be like, I'm done with golf. I get to.
Yeah.
I've done everything I've wanted to do. I'm the greatest of all time now. I just want to sit back and watch my son. Hopefully, he's not as involved as his old man was with him.
Okay.
Because I think that was one of the biggest issues I had with Tiger, is that his dad. I understand being involved as a parent. Like, you want to be involved, but like, that was almost cultish what happened.
Well, plus his dad had some questionable characters. I haven't seen the HBO documentary. From what you told me, made some very questionable decisions.
Dude, he was coaching chicks in golf.
Yes. You don't have to. Yes, they parked parking his van. Yes, no, don't need to get into it, but
no, that's
very questionable. So that's what I think is the benefit of Tiger also having a kid. He
doesn't
learning
make
from those mistakes.
Yeah.
Seeing how that affected him subconsciously throughout his early adult life.
Yeah.
And probably contributed to some of the poor decisions that he's made that he can correct now. Yeah. When he's coaching Charlie and all that stuff.
That kid looks like he's a star, dude.
Yeah, I mean, so far from what I've heard, he's just like destroying.
Hopefully he's letting him play any game.
You know what? I wish this would be a sick ass thing. Like, say you have a 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, and you just go to like some golf tournament, and your kid just paired up with Charlie Woods, and so you just like walk 18 holes with like Tiger, and you're like, oh shit, what's up, man?
Hey, Tiger, my kid.
Except you can't talk shit. He talks shit because, dude, your kid sucks at golf. Like, like, shut the hell up.
Okay.
Be like, all right. Hey Billy, be more like Charlie. Why don't you?
Yeah, be more. God damn it. Be more like Charlie. Do I have to get out the whipping stick?
Jesus.
Just kidding. We don't do that here.
The shot aligner.
The shot aligner. All right.
Well, thanks for talking Tiger golf. Talks.
Yeah.
Not really talking.
By the way,
golf.
what happened to the? Who won the Genesis? I saw it on. Who was that guy?
Homa.
Is he a top 50 in the world?
He is now.
He is now.
You've probably seen him on Twitter. He's the one that always people tweet at him and he'll tweet it and like roast their swings.
Okay.
You reckon
him.
That's him. And so
okay.
He made a name for himself like on Twitter, but now he's starting to play super well. And I think he was on PMT. I think he said that he was like 38th currently. in the world.
Well, that's
so
good for him.
That's what a win will do to you.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
All right, now to NFL offseason notables. J.J. Watt has still not found a home in free agency. A lot of talks are obviously Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Everybody's talking that up. Chicago, because his wife plays soccer for Chicago, I believe.
I do.
But he's sending out cryptic stuff about mitochondria and
oh yeah,
and,
I saw
and
that.
Everybody's like, oh my god, that means it's Cleveland. Yeah, it's something to do with Cleveland. I'm like, maybe he's just trying to poke fun because y'all are a bunch of jackasses.
I'm trying to decode that. I didn't think about that, but I'm trying to
the one
read
thing,
between the lines.
So as a Chiefs fan, like I've heard the Chiefs, like Marcus Spears has said, don't be surprised if he signs with the Chiefs. I know what the Chiefs fucking situation is. He would have to take the bare minimum to come play with us. We could not afford JJ Watt.
No.
Do I want him? I think he could be a distraction on the defensive line to where Chris Jones and Frank Clark kind of like get more notoriety because you're having to double team blocks. Like I think we would be dominant. I think we would probably win the Super Bowl next year, hands down, if JJ Watt came to the Chiefs.
But he's not a missing piece to the puzzle.
No, he's not.
They still could win.
We need offensive line. If anything in free agency or the draft, we need offensive line. We'll talk about Schwartz here in a bit. Okay. But where do you think he lands? I honestly think he lands in Pittsburgh.
I really haven't been paying that close attention to his free agency.
And Derek are there, and like it makes sense.
Yeah.
But he also wants to play with a team that has a great quarterback. And great.
I could see Cleveland. I mean, that's still like in his like brother's division. So they'd play against each other like twice a year.
I wouldn't mind him going to the Titans and then kicking the shit out of the Texans twice a year. God, that would be sweet revenge. Because they have a really solid group. They're just missing a pass rusher because I mean Jadeveon Clowney didn't really do much for them this year.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt a little bit. Sorry.
Easy.
He was hurt a little bit, and that didn't really help their situation. But, I mean,
I don't know.
Whatever. I guess. Yeah. Deshaun Watson still hasn't been dealt, which is fucking insane.
What do you mean?
If I were him, I'd try to force my way out of there. That is a losing organization.
Yeah.
And you can see it from the time that JJ Watt was giving so much his whole entire career, and he said, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this bullshit, and they released him.
I don't know what it's gonna take to keep
I don't know either, but it's like he's got to do something, man. And it's just, I think it's just one of those situations to where his hands are tied, which sucks because he is a generational talent that is going to be wasted if he stays in Houston.
Absolutely wasted.
He has, I think, the three teams that he said he would be okay with: Panthers, Jets, and Dolphins. I believe those are the three teams that he said that if Houston was able to get a trade, he would be okay with it. Now, I heard a couple of, I think it was last week, they came out, I think it was Bleacher Report, said there was a quote that they would be willing to trade multiple first-round draft picks, Teddy Bridgewater and Christian McCaffrey, to the Houston Texans for Deshaun Watson. That is overkill. In my opinion, that is overkill.
That'd be too much.
That's too much. You got to keep something there.
That's your whole, that's your identity.
That's going to get Deshaun Watson on board. You throw away Christian McCaffrey, yes, he was hurt this last year, but when he's healthy, he's one of the best backs in the league.
Right.
Hands down.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I could see a first rounder, a second rounder, and Teddy Bridgewater. I think that would be fair.
Okay.
But you spread out those draft
That's way more realistic.
You spread out those draft picks. The first round, I would say this year, or even next year.
Mm-hmm.
The second round, I would say in 2022, and then Teddy Bridgewater, who is not a bad quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback.
Related, but we'll talk to it because Wentz went to the Colts for a first and a second round also, correct?
Yeah, we'll get more into that in a second.
But that's what the trade was, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of this year? Or were they spread out as well?
Third round this year, second round next year. Possibly. We'll get into it.
Okay.
We'll just get into it now. The Eagles trade Carson Wentz to the Colts for a third round pick in 2021 and a 2022 second round draft pick that could turn into a first round if Carson Wentz starts 75% of the Colts games next year, which he probably will.
Yeah, that's a weird condition.
Well, he hasn't played a full season in quite a long time.
Yeah.
So it's not unreasonable to do that in a clause. That's the first. This is the first trade I've ever heard of having like a clause like that. So it is unusual. Okay. It is unusual.
So it's like, So like the Eagles' fate depends on whether or not
Wentz starts. And honestly, if Wentz wanted to fucking shove it to him, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Or what if
the Colts just decide not to start him?
But then they're giving up a first rounder. They don't want to give up their first round.
Oh, true.
Oh, okay. Wait, no. Maybe they do. They keep Wentz. They don't play him in garbage games.
Yeah.
Still plays like 70% of the season. And they got to keep their first rounder. It turns into a second. And that would be hilarious. That would be so funny. But I have a feeling that Carson Wentz is going to play all next year, and he's going to do well. He's going to have a line that's going to protect him.
That's right.
And he's got Jonathan Taylor as a running back who's consistent.
Ty
and Ty's a free agent this year.
Oh, I haven't. Okay.
They might sign him. They've got Pittman. They've got Burton. They've got some options.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of another Eagles player, Jason Kelce, there's rumors that he might get cut.
Ooh.
Become a free agent.
Okay.
By the way, particularly me.
Yes.
I should be taking a lot
of
the
planted
credit.
That seed. I encouraged it. I was like, actually, I love that.
I planted that seed, week fucking 5? Week 5 or week 6?
No, it was
early in the season.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't come up with it on my own. Like, obviously everybody's been saying it. I've just been I really believe that this was a good fit for him. And it's going to work out. I think it's going to work wonders. I think the Colts definitely won that trade, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they are built for a win now situation.
Which they're in the position to take advantage of.
Yes.
Because they did have a very solid squad on both sides of the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
This last year, now you just literally, pending whether or not they sign most of their guys back, now you're
Justin
just in the same
Houston
position.
And,
just with a more capable quarterback, I would say probably Wentz is a little bit more capable than Phillip Rivers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So.
But back to Jason Kelce. My dream scenario is we pick up him. He makes a deal with us to get less money to play with Travis. We get him in the middle. We get Schwartz back. We get Tardif back next year. Fisher's a maybe. Achilles is about a 12-month recovery time. So who knows about him?
Yeah.
But like that line would be good. It'd be really good.
Mm-hmm.
It would be something that we could really use as
that's one of the biggest
things,
improvement sectors besides defense. I mean, besides like linebackers.
Yeah,
that needs to be improved upon. Those are kind of the two.
And they'll draft a linebacker this year. I don't think they go wide receiver. A lot of people are saying they go wide receiver, and we've got enough talent there.
Yeah. Plus, if you don't feel like you don't, I don't really necessarily think you need to waste it on a draft pick. There's talent in the league that
and there's
people
free
are
agents now that
right, and that are people are gonna want to come play for a title, at least like achieving game or like a team each year. So I don't think you draft it, but
no, I don't think so either. I think you
draft
stacked. linebacker for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it with the Chiefs, Mahomes becomes a father.
Congrats
to him.
What's their kid's name?
Sterling
Silver. Sterling Silver.
Is it Sterling Silver?
Isn't that what like Sterling is? It's like
so Silver is their name of their dog.
Oh well, but like that's like what Sterling is. Sterling Silver. That's not the. Is it a girl?
Name? Yeah, it's a girl.
Okay, so I didn't know if it was a girl or guy, but like Silver is a type of silver, or Sterling is a type of silver, but that's their dog's name.
Yeah, Silver and Steel, and now Sterling.
So they just have a thing for like metal.
I guess. I don't know.
Next kid's gonna be like Iron.
I hope not.
Gridiron.
Iron Mahomes.
Gridiron guys.
Iron Mahomes. That's
tough.
That is tough.
Okay.
Tough. You know what? You make fun of it, but it might work out.
I've heard weirder shit.
Yeah. So congratulations to them. I think they're getting married next year.
Okay.
I mean, whatever.
Did you get an invite?
No, I didn't.
Tough.
Arlie might. He's gonna be their neighbor for the next couple of years.
Wedding crashers.
Oh, that would be hilarious. All right. Mitchel Schwartz has positive back surgery. He had back issues starting from week 6. So he tweeted on Instagram that his back is expected to be healthy before the start of the season next year, which is a great sign for our right side of our line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, really happy that he's going to be able to be healthy, not only for us as an organization, but for him playing. He's got a lot of opportunities after football. He could be a chef. All the stuff that he does on Instagram, dude, you go follow him on Instagram.
Man.
Oh my God. The stuff he makes, like grilling, smoking, pizzas, like homemade pizzas. Like it's fucking insane.
Does he have a restaurant? Or like he will, hopefully once he retires.
I would.
Sticks around in KC, just opens up a restaurant. Yeah. Dude, just cash out.
Barbecue competitions, my fucking ass, dude.
Dude. Hopefully that happens. That'd be awesome.
It's good. As we all know, the combine would be going on this week, actually.
Okay.
We would be in the middle of the combine. How do you think that's going to affect guys that don't really get noticed?
I don't know.
I know they're going to be doing pro days,
right? Which is what you mentioned.
But like, I don't. Being invited to the combine and doing a pro day are two separate things. Especially if you don't do well at your pro day. Like if you didn't do well at the combine, you still have the pro day. If you don't do well in the pro day, you're kind of SOL.
Okay.
So I think
the combine kind of helps. The people who get helped most by the combine are kind of like the lower tier guys. Okay.
Which sucks because
it does suck, especially if those.
There's a guy from Weber State. There's a guy from Weber State who's a fucking first round draft pick as a cornerback. There's always a small school, there's always one guy from a school that's like not big.
Right.
Who just pops at the combine.
Yeah.
Either they run a great 40, they do great in the drills, they have a good vertical, like it's stuff like that. Like and you know what? The combine, you can put a lot of stock into it, but it's just a bunch of drills.
It's a lot of unnecessary
like you
drills.
You don't really know what you're gonna get. Like Tom Brady didn't do fucking well in the 40. And he's won 7 fucking Super Bowls.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you how important how good of a predictor it is. But
I mean,
it can't help you. It can't help you just get into the league in a good position. But
yeah,
success, terrible metric. Like
but
you
I
said,
mean, look at DK Metcalf. They gave him shit for his cone drill. He had a terrible cone drill, and he was one of the top 5 receivers this year. He
just depends on
progressed
your
so
style.
much.
Yeah, I mean, he's
So
a
much. He's a
straight down the
fucking
field guy.
freak of nature. That's what he
Yeah.
is. So I mean,
I
don't put a ton of stock into it, especially
they
especially
shouldn't.
the 40-yard dash. I mean, if you're a corner or you're a quarterback or a running back or a receiver,
That's
of
it.
course I want you to run a 4-4 or a 4-5. Most quarterbacks don't even run a 4-5; they run a 4-8, 4-6,
Right.
4-7. So like,
or linemen. Like,
but the thing is, like, seeing linemen, that's the interesting thing. Offense and defensive linemen. You know who had the best 40 out of the defensive linemen last year?
who?
Carlos and Khalil Davis.
Oh,
They were 1 and 2 in their 40-yard dash.
Wow.
And they were like 4-8, 4-9 as defensive linemen.
See, it's just stuff like that like you get to a top of a list, and just because your name's on the top of a list, you're more likely to end up somewhere. Even though, what does that measure? Nothing. I mean, you're quick. You're quick for half the length of the field, but for your position, what does that matter?
And I guess we're just and we're also kind of forgetting that the combine isn't just the drills. It's also them doing the Wonderlic test and doing interviews with the actual owners, the GMs, the head coaches, and kind of getting a feel of how these guys work. So, I mean, they'll still do that at their pro day, but it's
not the same.
It's
different.
And I also think that they decided not to do it, obviously with COVID, but like the NCAA tournament starts here pretty soon. That's all going to be in Indianapolis. The Big Ten tournament starts in Indianapolis too. A week or two before the NCAA tournament. So it's just that Indianapolis has got a lot going on right now. So.
Right.
Speaking of college, let's move into college news, and most importantly, obviously Husker news. Husker football is putting out great content for our up and coming guys. Teddy Peruska, when he was doing his thing, he said, I would like to be known, or a player that I embolize or think that I play most like is Taylor Lewan. Yeah. So, and then he gets noticed by Taylor Lewan through Will Compton, obviously. So that's a plus. Lutsky from Iowa said that he wants his game to be like Quentin Nelson. Both of those guys were first round draft picks.
Yep.
So that's something that's good to hear. Harbog,
Heinrich Har, whatever.
Harbog.
Sure.
And I said, and I've heard this, his comparison was Justin Herbert, which had great
Perfect.
4 years,
Rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah. So it's good. I'm getting really excited. We'll see how this all works out. We'll know more about spring ball. And we know the spring games in May instead of April.
Okay,
so
that's
hopefully that
give us a little more time, get some vaccines rolled out, get the house as full as you comfortably can in a global pandemic.
And a lot of these recruits are like the guys that we've got haven't seen a whole bunch of packed house, unless they were visiting in 2019,
right? 2 years ago,
or 2018 and 2019. Excuse me, 2018 and 2019. They didn't really get to see much from this team. So, and when we get closer, we'll talk about the season and probably August. No, we'll probably talk a little bit more about it in July, August.
Yep.
And then obviously we're the first game of the year, so we'll have more breakdown and whatnot. But
Speaking of the first game of the year.
First game of the year will not be played in Ireland. It'll be played in Champaign, Illinois.
Damn, dude. I was just about to book my travel.
Good thing you didn't. I had a feeling.
No,
I
was not. I was not.
He says that he wouldn't have done it. But,
if there was no pandemic, I would have seriously considered going. Seriously.
No. Hold on. Do you think Nebraska gets another chance to go to Ireland though?
Yeah. No, I think they do.
I think they do too. I think it could be fun.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
instead of
I wish they would play a different team than Illinois, but
I agree.
If they go to Ireland, like
play Oklahoma,
Wisconsin, or if go out of conference, or
I have said this for years. Our non-conference schedule should just be the old Big 12. We should play Texas every year. We should play Oklahoma every year. Mm-hmm. We should play fucking Missouri
Oregon.
Every year. We should
like play, Pac-12, but like
Big 12.
Yeah, Big 12.
Big 12. Texas, Oklahoma. No, Oklahoma, Missouri for sure every year.
Yep.
And then throw in a Texas. Fuck Texas.
Yes.
Even though they got a great coach now. Sarkisian.
Yes, that's right.
Is a hell of a coach if he can stay off the booze.
Amen.
Now to Husker basketball. The last couple of weeks, this team, after missing a whole month of not playing any basketball games, yes, they're getting beat. Yes, they beat Penn State last week to get their first win in the Big Ten. So that's great. We didn't get blown out. I like the way they play, but they just like it. And this has been a hard thing for Nebraska basketball. They go on 10-minute plus droughts where they don't fucking make a basket. And it's always been like that. It's been like that since Doc Sadler was the head coach. And like, there's time where they'll play great defense, but just won't be able to put the fucking ball in the hoop. And it's insane. It's the most idiotic thing and you can't do that in the Big Ten. And I was thinking about this. Big Ten in sports, just a sports conference.
The best.
I'd say is the best.
Without a doubt. All sports across the board just like the main ones, I guess.
They're not just football.
Like
volleyball.
Football, yeah.
Basketball conference. They have the most entries in the NCAA tournament right now for basketball. For men's
there's
basketball.
probably is there like 8 or 10 teams in the top 25?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's absolutely insane. It's hard to take a step in the right direction when you're going against Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin, like these just like powerhouses. Yeah, like
the Ohio States, the Michigan.
It's just Minnesota even. It's just these it's hard in the Big Ten for basketball. Yes. Literally every single team that you name in the Big Ten is good.
So I saw a thing also in wrestling. The Big Ten has...
I believe that, yeah.
6. And they have 4 in the top 5. So it goes Iowa, Nebraska.
Wow.
No, Iowa, Penn State, Nebraska.
Wow.
Minnesota. I think rounded out the top 4.
Okay.
And then like Rutgers, Illinois, they were in the top 20.
Like 20 at least, yeah.
So and then you go volleyball. Fucking Wisconsin's undefeated.
Yeah.
Nebraska's historically great in that sport. Penn State, Minnesota.
Obviously, yeah.
Like, it's just powerhouse after powerhouse after powerhouse in
every sport.
SEC is the best in college football.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Big Ten is right there. It's close.
It's a couple teams like behind.
Away.
I feel like it's more SEC is very top heavy.
And I will say SEC college baseball
Is the best conference. Okay. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
ACC. So like all these southern states, like ACC country, SEC country, football. I feel like the ACC's kind of dropped off.
Yep.
Because Syracuse hasn't been that great. North Carolina has had a down year, and Duke's had a down year. Usually that's like the ACC is the best conference of basketball, college basketball, hands down. But it's so interesting to see how that all flips.
Changes. But I had a question for you about Nebraska ball. Do they reserve any potential to make a run in the Big Ten tournament at all?
I don't think they'll make the tournament.
The Big Ten tournament?
Yeah.
What are the requirements for that?
Or wait, they do make a.
Everyone goes to the Big
Everybody
Ten.
Makes their. Okay, yeah.
Big Ten.
I don't know. They'd have to play the best basketball of the year.
Yeah, I mean they haven't been playing at the beginning of the year they were kind of getting blown out. I haven't been paying close attention, but it's been close
by 10 or less points.
And usually,
which is infuriating because
tied or winning at half.
Oh, you got it. Yes. Or down by 5.
Right. Close games at half, staying with the second half, and then just kind of.
I think in the return, and you know what's funny? They have one of the deepest teams. They have talent. Just wait till next year. They'll have they'll have McGowan's as the 5-star recruit who's coming in next year. Lat Mayen comes back. A lot of these guys are coming back. So they're going to have a more experienced team. Teddy Allen's going to be back. And not to mention Teddy Allen was 3 points away from breaking the all-time record in a single game for points.
Oh, I saw that. He set the first half. Yeah. 28 points
scored 41 in the game, and Pikowski is 42.
Wow.
So he's 1 point from tying 2 points. 2 points, not 3 points. 2 points away from breaking the single record.
It's there. They've got guys. I mean,
yeah.
You never know. If they start putting things together, maybe something can happen in the Big Ten tournament.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Who knows?
Volleyball looks dominant. They dropped a game against Minnesota. They dropped a series against Minnesota. What was that? Friday night?
Okay.
Came back and swept them in the second
time they played.
Yeah, the second time they played. So, and I mean, we're a volleyball school.
We're a
volleyball school. Volleyball school
for the last decade.
If I could just get John Cook to coach the football team.
I mean, yeah, in ideology.
In ideology.
And performance. I mean,
yeah.
That would be the sight to see him just being on the sidelines.
Oh god.
Trying to give
he doesn't really say much. So when I'm watching a volleyball game, I'm just John Cook just sits there. He's like
maybe that's how you do it. You have a team that coaches yourself.
Who can I compare him to? It'd be Tom Osborne, honestly, on the sideline, not saying shit, not having very much emotion. He doesn't really get fired up anymore.
Yeah, or I was going to say just like Belichick. I mean, completely different, but having a team that is just self-sufficient.
Yeah. He doesn't need he doesn't need a coach.
Kind of comparison. Yeah.
He just sits back and
I mean,
all of his assistant coaches are the ones that are really doing all the coaching.
Yeah, fair. Manager, I mean, just kind of managing the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So good for them.
Yep. Deion Sanders gets his first win as a head coach at Jacksonville State.
Killed him.
Jackson State? Is Jackson State?
Jackson State, I think, is what the college is. I don't think it's Jacksonville.
But has his stuff stolen from him and then returned after the game.
See, the tweet I saw was just Deion Sanders stuff found in AD's office. I was like, did they stolen or did he just lose? Did he just set him in there and forget about him? But I'm sure they were stolen or
I think it's so funny.
Misplaced, whatever.
I think it's so funny that he's affiliated with Barstool and he's a head coach at a small university And I mean, it's prime time. So what do you expect?
Yeah, no, it's
you're
at
gonna
face
get
value.
you're gonna get a shit show. And I love Deion Sanders. I think he's hilarious. So they definitely knocked it out of the park. But I mean, it's just weird. It's just
what conference?
They're in their FCS school.
But do you know what conference they are? Like, who do they play?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Okay.
No idea. Luke McCaffrey is heading to Louisville.
That's
Honestly,
right.
I don't even know the why, because they have a 4-year starter, so he's gonna be sitting behind another guy. Like,
unless he thinks he
go somewhere where you're gonna start.
Where would you want to see him go?
Your fucking time. Go to like Arizona State. Go party your ass off.
Might as well.
Fuck. Like Alex Moran says in Blue Mountain State.
Yeah.
Backup quarterback is the best fucking position in sports.
He had it. It's just Nebraska, maybe not the best backup school.
Nope.
I don't know if he really could have made starting quarterback at another Big Ten school.
Fuck no.
He's not really that kind of style of quarterback.
But maybe he looked at what Lamar Jackson did when he was in college and was like, yep, I can do that.
And that was kind of the first thing. I'm like, I guess you're similar in that aspect, so maybe, but I mean,
we'll see.
More power to him. Hopefully,
best of luck to him. It's not that we don't like him. I wish he would have gone somewhere where he could get a start, because I don't think that
at least make it worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sat 2 years already. Just go somewhere where you can compete for the starting job.
And who knows? I mean, do you think that he thinks that he can get the starting job, or like
maybe he can? I don't know.
Maybe they work some kind of deal out or something. I'm not sure, but
March Madness is right around the corner. Be paying attention to some college basketball here in the next month, because
okay, I'll start. This is usually when I'll start paying attention.
We will be doing bracket for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna kick your ass. Probably not. We'll see. But that shit comes down to luck, and
it does. It absolutely does. And being able to pick a 12-7 upset or a 5-10 upset, because there's always one, or there's a 14-2 upset as well. That's happened as well consistently.
Yeah. Who is your way too early champion? Don't ask me, because I have no idea who's good.
I love Texas Tech.
With McClung.
Yes.
I was watching, their game was on at the gym, and I was watching a little bit of it.
Dude, he's a stud.
Because he got famous like for the dunking videos and shit, right?
Yes. He was the white version of Zion Williamson.
Yes. He's
not as big,
insane athlete.
But insane athlete. He goes to Georgetown. Prominent. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, hold on. So
careful, tread lightly now, bud. Don't get us canceled.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
It was interesting because like Georgetown has mostly been like a African American like program. Like they haven't really had a lot of white guys playing for him.
Yeah.
And so it was just interesting to see him start at Georgetown, because it's like it's Patrick Ewing, which I get it.
Yeah.
But like it's Georgetown, so it's like weird to see that. So he left.
Okay.
So it makes a lot of sense. But
yeah, no, I think he fits well in Texas Tech.
Oh, absolutely.
Not necessarily like race wise, but like just
he shoots the ball well.
Yeah,
he shoots and he's athletic.
I mean, he could fit it. Yeah, he's just a good baller all around.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Texas Tech is your way too early champion.
Yeah, I haven't paid.
Your dark horse.
Yeah.
Isn't Gonzaga number one?
Fuck Gonzaga. They play in a bullshit fucking conference, man.
I need to see what the rankings are.
I should pick a Big Ten team.
Yeah, seriously, they have the best odds.
Ooh, I like Alabama too. Alabama's got a good basketball program now. All of a sudden. Don't know how that happens.
Yeah. College basketball rankings. Gonzaga, Baylor.
Oh, Baylor. Baylor's coach has always been
Michigan. I heard Michigan is damn good.
See, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 in the top 10. So that's 40% of the top 10. Fucking Creighton in there. God damn it. 5 teams in the top 25. That's 20%.
Loyola Chicago. You know what? That might be a good team to go for. Fuck Kansas.
Loyola.
And fuck Creighton.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to pick Michigan.
Michigan.
Yep. Michigan has my way too early.
I'll go Missouri. Texas Tech, or I'll say Missouri. I like Missouri's team. I like Missouri's team. They had a tough loss, I believe, their last time out.
Okay, this is what I'm going to officially say. This is my official answer is SDSU.
You're such a slapdick.
Because what?
You're such a slapdick.
Which one am I talking about?
Oh, shit, dude.
What?
They went on a stretch where they lost 3 straight games, Missouri did.
I'm always excited to see who from the Summit tournament makes the Big Ten, like South Dakota State or North Dakota.
Mm-hmm. Or UNO.
Did they make it?
UNO made it one year, yeah, absolutely.
That's disgusting. Go Mavs, baby. Future Mav.
Go Mavs. All right, Dayton. We're going to end this.
Alrighty, that sounds good. That was a good.
Where can the good people follow you?
Follow me, Twitter, Insta, Dayton_shoe. Give me a follow.
You can follow me at Luke Egghead or Egghead2123 on Instagram, LEggan21 on Twitter. You can follow us at the official Gridiron Guys Twitter account at Iron Guys with 2 Z's. Follow us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. And you can follow us at Gridiron Guys on our Facebook, our official Facebook page. But for now,
do it.
We will see you when you see ya. Have a good night.
Stay tuned.
Big Red. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs. Go SDSU. No. Okay. Go. Who did I say? Who basketball team?
Wreck 'em.
Michigan. Go Michigan.
Wreck 'em.
All right. Good night.